Zen Master. What up, y'all? I hope y'all day is good, man, and it's productive, man. Today we got an attribute video, man. We finna talk about everything when it comes to making a build, the mode, prepping you for the mode you want to play, all that. So we finna dive into everything. So as you know, this is gonna be a long video, so relax. And I appreciate y'all checking in with the Zen Master, man. So first of all, I want to say, bro, I'm a vet too. I'm a vet too. You know, I got a gold panel, proving ground, 1v1 panel, silver, and a few other ones. But basically, I know what I'm talking about a little bit. So I don't know all, but I know a little bit about a lot. So let's see if whatever I'm talking about can actually help y'all out in your 2K journey, or if you already was playing, hopefully it enhanced your new build or build you got. So right off the gate, man, I want to talk about first name, last name. If you somebody like me or my homie Ted, shout out my homie Ted, you like to make builds with the last name pertaining to your favorite player where they don't sell the jerseys at. So what I usually do is, like, let's say if I want to make a Dwayne Wade build, you know, I make it whatever his number was for the team that I want to put him on. So he was number 3. This is what I do. Now, mind you, what I didn't know that most people wouldn't tell you or don't talk about is if your mission is to make a replica build, you also got to double check to make sure that jersey number isn't tooken. So like, let's say if I made a build and I go through all this and I skim through all this, I don't care, and I get through all this. Once you get to the part where it says start my career and all that stuff, or if you want to go straight outside, it's usually gonna start you off as a 60, and that's when you just check to see if you got the right name and the number, man. Because I can't tell you how many builds I've messed up trying to make replica builds, and when I tried to do it, I either made the number the right way, but when I went to the team, the number changed. So I just had to throw that out there. Once you do that, and there's no going back. So make sure you put them on the right team that doesn't have the number of the player you want to be. And then from there, it's self-explanatory. The name, correct spelling, all that. Next, we're going to go to position. All right, so I'm a 1v1 guy. I don't know what y'all are. I don't know what y'all like to play. I play ones a lot. So if I want to play ones, there's 2 things I got to think about. The first thing I got to think about is if I was to put him at point guard, I'm going to run into nothing but fast dribble guys. You know what I mean? People are going to dribble, run around, and do all type of crazy stuff. So if you make a guard, know that you're going to be playing little guards. If you make a shooting guard, same thing. I made a shooting guard before, and he basically did nothing but play nothing but guards all day. Sometimes I run into a few small forwards at that position, but for the most part, you're going to play nothing but guards, and then you'll probably run into one big that's like a small forward or a power forward. Small forward, you're going to play smalls and bigs. Mostly smalls from my experience. And then there's mostly people like 6'7", 6'8", 6'6", that play big, but they at a smaller position. Once you make a big, you're going to play nothing but bigs and post scorers and rebounders and shot blockers, things of that nature, all right? So when you make your build, I just want you to know that height doesn't really matter. Your positioning matter more than your height. So once you make your position, they're going to put you could be a 6'5" center, a 6'5" power forward, and still only play bigs. So there's not a meta where if you make a short build, like you're only going to play short builds. It's all about positioning, I think, and then skill base and improving grounds and things like that. Wingspan. I notice when I make the wingspan smaller, yeah, you shoot better. But don't the builds look a little smaller to y'all when it's done that way? Like, I don't know, that it could be just me. But when I make my build and then make his arms smaller, they seem a little smaller. And when I max out their arms, and let's say I made them as small as can be, this build seems a lot bigger than this build would be with shorter arms. That's just me. I don't know. But I say wingspan matters for jump shots because once you extend the jump shot length of arms or make them shorter, it definitely affects the timing. So beware of that. You know, it makes you look smaller, I feel like it hinders your shot. So that's just me. But other than that, everything is self-explanatory. Depending on what game mode you're trying to play or what you're trying to do, I had to explain that because I didn't know that. I made a shooting guard that was 6'8", but he played big, but I was too slow to hold the guards. And then I make a guard that was fast, but he wasn't strong enough or big enough to hold the big. So it's for you to decide how you want to balance your player out depending on what you do. So, like I said, I'm a ones player. I play threes with my homies. Sometimes I go over there. We play each other in a competitive way, 3v3. But other than that, I'm all for ones, man. So, proving ground specifically, sometimes ante up. So, that's what I'm gonna be basing this off. So let's go on to attributes. To briefly wrap up, be careful with the names. If you're trying to base your player on them, be careful with the names and numbers. Make sure before you start putting money on your build, you check the number to make sure it's the right number and name. And then you come to positioning. Make sure your position is who you want to play against or want to play at. So consider everything like, okay, who do I play with? Do I play with guards? Do I play with shooters? Okay, then I should make a big center around that. Or do I play with people that run with bigs? Okay, I should make a guard around that. You know, stuff like that. You know, that's what you got to think about before you make your positioning. And then you got to think about who you want to play against. So let's move on to attributes. Like I said, this is going to be a long video. This is live all off the top. So if I stutter, mess up, or reiterate things that I already said, I'm sorry, I'm on the fly with it. So excuse me for that. Let's start with close shot. Bare minimum, as far as if you run a small guard, if you can do it, I will go 73 because at least in the paint, it'll help you go up faster instead of getting that draggy pull up shot that when you're trying to go up, it take a long time to go up. This helps with when you pump fake. You know how people go down in the paint, they do a quick pump fake, they fly past, and then they go back up. This helps with that. So like if you driving for a layup or dunk and you feel like a defender is chasing you down or got paint controller, you stop, they jump. This helps you go back up quickly with that. So I say at least have it on bronze, but I have been very successful with just having it at around like 68 to 70. I think most of that has to do with my controller settings, which will be another video for a different day, but that's what that is. So I say if you're a small guard, at least this much or as low as this. If you're a big, I don't see why you shouldn't have it at least silver or higher. You get 84. You get 84 in attributes to get the silver paint prodigy, and that'll help you go up quicker. That's just for the lowest. Like if you can get it to gold, I don't see why not. It helps you go up quicker. Why not? So this shot is used more than what people give credit for. So they try to have it real low, but I say the low is 68 and have user timing on. If not, at least have it on bronze, 73. Driving layup, man. I battle with this a lot because I can time layups regardless on how high it is or how low it is. But I'm trying to speak on something to help you be a little bit more successful. So if it was up to me, it'd be 80 to 85 as the lowest. 80 if you're just a normal layup guy and want to finish successfully and not running real layup timing. This is perfect. Like it's hard to miss like this. 85 is for my Euro steppers. Like if you like to do the Euro step or, you know, mix it up when you're in the air and double clutch and all that stuff. That's what that's for. That silver at least is a sweet spot for me. A lot of people like physical finisher. Me, I can do what I don't know. I really don't know because like I said, I'm not to brag on myself. I'm like a cheat code when it comes to timing. So like my layups can be low and I still can time it right. I don't run into people layups. I don't take crazy shots when people are on me. I like to take open shots. I like to take open dunks and layups. So But the ones that, just want to go through people and whatever, physical finisher helps with that if you bumping into somebody. And let's put the strength up a little bit because you can't have physical finisher without strength. So keep that in mind. Um, if you're trying to pursue physical finisher, I say 80 and then at least 67 strength to at least have it on silver. So that's where I would be at with it, and that's where I suggest you guys try it out at. Duncan, man, these are subjective. I want to say this real quick. All of this is all subjective, but what works for me is what I'm trying to give y'all and what I see working for other people. So I'm not a guy that check people attributes and all that stuff, but if I know you're getting away with something that I feel like I couldn't stop or whatever, vice versa, I'm gonna check it out and see what it is you're doing. So drive and dunk, all my real ballers, like some of them have it high. I don't see the need to have it so high. Honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I don't see the need. I've done a lot of builds with just a 65 drive and dunk, and it works. I've also had it at 96 or higher. And to me, it's the same because, like I said, controller settings is some of the most important things you can have in this game. And my controller settings isn't for the dunk meter. So, me, I run it around like 65 to 73, somewhere in between there. 73, I think, gives you posterizer, but it's associated with vertical. So if you do that, you put your vertical up a little bit to 63 at least to activate. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me get backtrack. 65, and it'll get you your posterizer. So 73 is the highest I go on dunk. If you're a dunk meter user, no shame in your game if you feel like it should be higher than this so you can activate that. I don't use it, and I have a lot of success without it. Somebody might think, oh, you're tripping, but that's what that's the sweet spot I work with when I make my build. Standing dunk, man, if I can put it at 99 and still have all my players the right way, I would. Because standing dunk rise up badge is so good this year, it's ridiculous. Like, don't let them make a big that know what they're doing and have standing dunk all the way up. Like, it'd be so ridiculous to stop, especially when they put you in the post and stuff like that. So, we got to update. So if you ask me, if you're balling on a budget and feel like, oh man, I don't want to waste all that. When I have it on silver, it's like having it on gold or on Grape Street purples, because the activation of the rise up seems like it's a lot more fluid in silver for some reason. But don't let it go to gold or purple. Like, it's just crazy. Legendary, I don't even want to talk about it. But yep. At least 81 if you ask me. Post control. We watch too much NBA to feel like posting is not a good thing to have, even as a small guard. Like, at least get it here. Get it to where you get it on bronze at least. So if you ask me, 64 is the spot. With the combination of strength, obviously, that's where I would be at if I was a guard or a small guard. If I was a center, I would put it somewhere around 75, maybe 80 if you want barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken is one of the, I guess I'll save that video for a different day, but I pursue barbecue chicken. We'll discuss that. I don't really like it, but 75. And if you ask me, those is what I would do. Some of them went up and down based on me moving everything around. So if you remember what attribute I had at what, I think close shot was like 73. Layup is at 80, which is fine. 73 for the dunk, 81 for the standing dunk. And then post control, I would do at least 63 or 64, whichever one give me bronze powerhouse. And then if I was a little bit taller or bigger, I go 75 the highest, maybe 80. Let's move on to mid-range. I believe mid-range is consistently hittable somewhere around here. If you ask me, I personally, and if I wanted to, go here, then it really will get crazy. So if you ask me, and I'm just speaking from a person who's obviously going to have a 3-pointer. If you just got some big who don't you can't shoot threes but want to be respectable from the midi, 78 or somewhere between 78 and 70 will make you respectable wide open. If you can get it to 78, that's cool. If not, and you know you're gonna have a 3-pointer, leave it. I got somebody that shoot with a 69, I think it is 69 midi, maybe 68, but 70 is a good spot. I know some people who will put it all the way up. Ain't no hey, if you're trying to pursue badges for your mid range, ain't nothing wrong with putting that up. These are all the badges you could get by maximizing your mid range. That way you can have a low 3 ball if you want, and still hit consistently and stuff like that. But if I was to have a high mid range, I would be okay with having this as my 3-pointer. If I was to be like how I am, which is like I've always shot with a low 3 ball. Quick history, I've always ran with it. My first build was a playmaking 5, which was a center. So to give it some context, I was teased a lot with great rebounding and passing because it was a playmaking 5. Shout out my homie DE from the Kings of Comedy party. He the one that put me on my career because I was a my team guy, and I learned how to shoot with a low 3 ball first time coming into my career. So it makes it easy for me to do something like this and shoot very well, like exceptionally. Maybe even go here and it really would be consistent for me. So if it was me, this is what I would do. Somebody who couldn't shoot, I say do this, and that you could play around with 3 from there if you're trying to get limitless, whatever. Depending on the size of your guard or whatever, or the size of your big, that maximize how I need to maximize. I'm not a rec player. I want to throw that out there. So when it comes to free throws, I don't know. I don't care. I would have it at its lowest. I don't put those up. If you were to put it up, I wouldn't even know how it affects any other badges. Just being totally honest. Clearly, it doesn't affect nothing unless you're going all the way down with it. So for me, I'll always have it all the way down. And once I get to 76 and maybe like a 69 to 73 ball, I'm straight. Maybe even this. So this is mine right here, 79 3-ball, 70 midi. And if you're not a shooter and you need badges, max out your mid-range. You'll get a lot of badges, and then put your 3-pointer at whatever minimum you feel comfortable having it at, with limitless or without. Free throws, like I said, I don't play rec. Passing. This is what I want y'all to ask yourself. What do you do every time you get on 2K? Like when a game starts and you play in a game, there's probably one thing you know for sure you're going to have to do, even if you don't want to, and that's passing. Passing. I'm not saying you're going to have the ball 24/7 in your hands, but if you have it in your hands, you're going to need to be able to pass. I don't know if anybody ever played basketball in their life, but when it comes to basketball, passing is one of the most important things in the world. You can ISO all day long, but a team that don't know how to move the ball, you're going to lose. So I'm not a fan of low passing. I'm not. I've ran low passing, and I'm successful to a degree, but it's not my favorite thing to have. No passing is so whack to me. I would have it at a minimum 85. And the reason why is because you want every badge at least on bronze, and that's what it takes to get bail out. And you can say what you want. All of y'all either bail out or take stupid shots. So if you don't bail out, it's because you know you don't got bail out and you finna throw up a crazy shot. And if you bail out and you don't have it, it's gonna be a crazy pass for the next person. So as a person who love to pass, I can't tell you how many times where I've ran into people who can't pass and they're upset that I'm not successful because you're passing me the ball and upon trying to catch it, I'm fumbling and somebody come and just press square and I lose the ball. Guess who get the turnover? More than likely me, because I'm anticipating my pass coming and being catchable, and it's not. So that's one of the most annoying things, and it's something that I've ran and I don't like it. So High passing, man. If you can get it as high as you can, get it there, man. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not one of them YouTubers that says you need to have a low passing. Even though I've had a build where it was like 65, I think it was. Yep, whatever it is for break starter. 65 passing, and it's so solid with that specific build. It's crazy. I'm okay with that, but I don't like it because I like to be able to make any pass at any time. So I got to have everything at least on bronze when it comes to passing. Ball handling. For me, depending on how big you are, how short you are, you're going to want to max out your ball handling. I don't care. I don't care. If you can get it high, pull it up. One thing you got to be able to do is create for yourself and others. I can't tell you how many times I ran with people and all they know is cut. Cut, 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 cut. Everybody like to cut. And it's because they don't have the capabilities of dribbling and getting themselves a bucket, basically. So they require to cut or say throw me up and all that stupid. Like I don't like that type of play style. But I understand it. When people make builds, sometimes they don't put too much on dribbling because they're playing off ball. Maybe the corner to spot up and shoot 3 and D. I don't know. But either way, put your ball handling up so you can be able to create for yourself and speed with ball, max them out. You get lightning. I'm sorry. You get strong handles with ball handling, which is one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite badges in the game, but it's not something I rely on. But if you can get it and it works, you should get it. So I say handles for days and strong handles. Those are some of my most important ones. Unpluckable. I'm not gonna lie. I get quite a bit amount of turnovers because I don't really care too much about unpluckable because I'm not just dribbling all day. Like every move I do, I don't waste movement. I get straight to it. So I never seen unpluckable be something that I absolutely need, but it's good to have, I guess. So um interior, I can't tell you how many times I went to ones and I don't care how many updates they do, post scores are still crazy. You need at the least to be able to bang and with the real post scores, not the ones that's kind of post scoring that can post score. I'm talking real post scores with 99 post scoring and 90 and up post scoring and got standing dunk and close shot. Man, you're nothing without this badge and at least on gold. And then once you get it to gold, you still need to one up it and put it to purple with your badge update. I mean, not your badge update, your your max one badge up. So once you put that on there, it become purple and you will be able to lock all that up. But that's also coming with accommodations like strength and stuff like that to help with that. So if you ask me, this has to be up when you playing ones and stuff. If you just playing rec and you know you're not gonna guard a big, then yeah, that's useless. You don't need that. But it's okay to at least have it on 74 to be able to have it on you a little bit, to have it on bronze to stop it a little bit. But I'm not mad at nobody for not having it. I understand if you feel like, oh, I ain't got to deal with that, I could go without it. But I like to be able to say it don't matter where I'm at, I'm good. So at least 74, but I require by any build I make, they're gonna have interior at least 88. Perimeter defense, this is where I might spark some debate. The highest I would go is 74. That's me. Some of y'all might be like, what? Wait, what? That's me. I'm not saying it's the best, but as far as what fits my builds, that's what I do. The highest I probably would be okay with is 82. 82, I'm good. I could run 82. I get silver challenger and bronze on ball. I'm good there. Not to mention, I'm gonna have immovable based on strength once I put the strength up a little bit, but we'll get to that. Steals, I'll be just fine with 60. I'm OP with 70, 73. Yep, 73. I'm OP. I'm crazy with 73. Like I'm snatching everything. Because I can either max it up to gold with the extra badge upgrade or just leave it alone. But silver is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Blocking is one of the most, to me, one of the most best best attributes because that's the one I know works great for some reason. If you time blocking right and all that, nobody's just dunking on you. I promise you. I promise you. And and I will put my best build. He has a 98 block. I love it. Like it just seems like nobody can do anything. Like I could just tap triangle. He's gonna get the chase down. He's gonna get the block. So if you ask me, if you whatever you could get your block to, maximize it. Even if it's 60, maximize it. Blocking is awesome. With a combination of vertical. Oh yeah, combination of vertical and block. Get that, please. You won't regret it. Even if it's a low block. Speed is important because who wants to be slow? Agility is important because you need agility for defense. Strength is important because you need strength for everything. Vertical is important because you need it to rebound and block shots and dunk. So if you ask me, every physical should be as full as it can be. But if you're a short guard, I know some of y'all can go up to like 95 or something crazy like that, 90 something. You can pull back and make them 85 or 86. Sometimes I do 89 each for speed and agility. But if you ask me, 80, 85-ish, 86 is my feel good spot for all my builds when it comes to speed. I hate slow builds. But if you end up making a big and you have to be slow, 83 agility and whatever the speed can get to as high as it can get to. The lowest 80 each. That's the lowest you should be trying to go. But if you just so happen to make a big and you cannot get as high as the other guards and stuff like that, then what you're gonna want to do is just fill it up, even if it's 60. Fill that up, man. You need speed, you need agility, you need strength, you need vertical. I don't care. Physicals to me will always be more important than everything else because physicals is what you use more than everything else. Before you shoot a 3-ball, you're going to need your speed. You're going to need your strength, your vertical. So I'm just saying, if you ask me, I don't even need to break these down because how I feel, there is no excuse not to fill your physicals up. And if they still did stamina like they used to do back in the day, I will fill stamina up to 99. So, that's it for the attribute video. I didn't make a build. This is not a build to make or nothing like that. The position, none of that. This is not a build. I just went through every single attribute and explained them. And from there, you guys decipher which one makes sense to you and which one don't. Before I get off, I would like to say, before you make your build, if this is your first time getting on 2K or you are a 2K vet and you always play 2K, don't let this game consume you, man. Find time in between time to do something either positive or something constructive or productive. You know, whether it's taking a L and doing 10 push-ups every L. If you win, do some curls. Send some text messages in between games to people you ain't talked to in a while. Whatever it is, find a way to be productive with this game so that it ain't consuming you to where you're getting mad or it messes up your day or you're taking something out on your kids or you're taking something out on your lady. You know, just have fun with it, man. That's all I can really say before you make your build. Have fun. And to be more productive with this game, we'll talk about badges, takeovers, and controller settings on the next video. I don't want to make this video too long, but this is all on the fly, man. I'm trying to get better at this, and I appreciate y'all listening in. Zen Master out. Appreciate y'all being here.